Rip Kirby is a popular comic strip featuring the adventures of the eponymous lead character, a private detective created by Alex Raymond in 1946. Displaying the talents of more than a dozen writers and illustrators, the strip had a long run, spanning 5 decades. After World War II, Raymond did not return to work on any of his previous successful comic strips but instead began work on a new strip in which ex-Marine Rip Kirby returns from World War II and goes to work as a private detective, sometimes accompanied by his girlfriend, fashion model Judith Lynne. Honey, Dorian. Her given name and nickname were borrowed from the names of Raymond's 3 daughters. Rip Kirby was based on the suggestion by King Features editor Ward Green that Raymond try a detective-type strip. First published on March 4, 1946, the strip was given a huge promotional boost, even including fully painted promotional art, a rarity in comic strip promotions. The strip enjoyed enormous success, and Raymond received the Reuben Award in 1949. During Raymond's years on the strip, the stories were initially written by Ward Green and later, following Green's death, by Fred Dickinson. Some sequences were also written by Raymond. Characters and story. Comics historian Don Markstein noted how the character of Remington Rip Kirby broke away from the usual pulp detective archetype. Circulation rose steadily during the strip's first few years, even though Rip wasn't the kind of private detective they were used to from pulp fiction. This one did more cogitating than fisticuffing, and smoked a leisurely pipe while he did it. He had a frail, balding assistant, Desmond, instead of a two-fisted sidekick. Instead of carrying on with an endless series of female clients, he had steady girlfriend, Honey Dorian. If that wasn't enough, he even wore glasses. Even Kerry Drake didn't depart too far from the standard. If Rip was more sophisticated and urbane than the average fictional private eye, that's okay, because he was very successful, both for himself and for the people who wrote, drew and distributed him. Quote, in 1956, Raymond was killed in a car crash. King Features quickly needed a replacement and found it in John Prentice. Dickinson continued to write the series until the mid-1980s when he was forced to retire for health reasons. Prentice then took over the writing along with others. Prentice kept the strip going until his own death in 1999. The strip ended with Rip's retirement on June 26, 1999. Prentice received the National Cartoonists Society Story Comic Strip Award for 1966, 1967, and 1986 for his work on the strip. Over the years of publication, the strip was ghosted and assisted by many artists and writers, including Frank Bolle, Al Williamson, and Gray Morrow. Reprints. In 1948, Rip Kirby strips were reprinted in issues number 51 and number 54 of David McKay's feature book. Issue number 51 included a biography of Alex Raymond with a photograph showing him sketching an unnamed model for Honey Dorian. IDW Publishing. In 2009, IDW Publishing started to reprint Rip Kirby strip as part of its The Library of American Comics. The first 4 volumes contain a complete reprint of Raymond's stories, including the last one, finished by Prentice. Volume 5 continues with Prentice's work. Story list. Writers and artists.